money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay private, but I got them groupies. Owe me in private, but don't get all choosy. Bust out the bubble and then with the new me. FTLOG on the top with the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. What up, fam?
Welcome to episode...
I got the rubies. She call me
fucking
cap,
episode is
I got
it?
no cap. I make this money,
1029.
Trying to stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and then with the new
Welcome, episode 1000.
Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies.
29.
I got the rubies. I got the rubies.
What's up, Eric, Colton, Brian, Jeremy? What up, fam? What up? What's the good word? What is up, beaches? What's up? What's up? Let everyone get their alerts. Come on in through the door. The electronic fucking door.
Come on, come all.
She call me cap, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay private, but I got them groupies. Owe me in private, but don't get all choosy. Bust out the bubble and then with the new me. FTLOG on the top with the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies. I got the rubies. She call me cap, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and then with the new me. FTLOG on the top with the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies. I got the rubies.
Thank you, Will. I'm glad you liked the new episode. That's right, fam. If you haven't subscribed to my other podcast, The Swolenormous Audio Experience, new episode dropped this morning. Let's get some knowledge cock first. Welcome, Rebecca. Welcome to the Swolenormous X Fam Oficial. Papa Swole Oficial, the official. Oh, golden shower. That is unwise. I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck are you? Oh, that's right. Oh. My ridiculous YouTube videos caused that. I see. I see what you did there.
I make this money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and then with the new me. FTLOG on the top of the
I love how the brand new Drive More Gaining. When I posted that, I got a couple unsubscribes. I'm like, yeah, we gotta weed out the weak. Gotta weed out the people that don't know what Swolenormous YouTube is all about. Oh. Do not conform. Conform to no one. Fuck that shit. Getting my ears wet. That's wise. Wise move. Wisely done, Caitlin. Wisely done. What the hell is wrong with people? People came for that Brittany Dawn shit, and all of a sudden I dropped that fucking driving while gained. Like, what the hell is this? It's like, shit. This is what Swolenormous is fucking all about. We are built upon the DWG. That's older than the Daily Swole, motherfuckers. We go back.
She call me cap, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes
DWG is life.
Trying to stay private, but I got them groupies.
Fucking weak streams. Well, Anthony, that would have been the title, but YouTube would not have liked that too much.
I got the rubies. I got the rubies. I got the rubies. She call me cap, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Trying to stay humble, but
I'll push the boundaries. I want to make sure that I stay on YouTube, though. But I'm not too concerned.
Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies.
Not too concerned. I'll post it on my site if I have to. The week stream, bish. Alright, we're about to get started. Just gonna pull up this so I can... Oh, nice, Michelle. Good call. Good call. I'm actually gonna be doing some yoga myself today. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The sun is shining.
Always posting real shit, for sure.
The bacon
For reals.
is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 test-ickles. I said a test-ickles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1029 of the Daily Mother, a Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, my beaches? Happy Flex Friday. What is going on? Pinch your nips for daddy, because we are live on the sleeves. Thanks for joining me live, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, and the Twitch. And if you can, twitch your little nips for daddy. We are live here for a wonderful episode, Fitness Without the Bullshit. As you know, that's my slogan. That's the Swolenormous slogan, the Swolgan. Ooh, the Swole slogan, Swolgan. Ooh, Swolgan. Hey, Swolgan for Daily Swole. That is what I say. That is what I do. And I'm going to explain what that means because there's some more context behind it. And I want to fully explain and flesh that out for anyone that's new to following my content and make sure that we are all on the same page and that you are on the same page with yourself and that you know what to expect here, which is going to be all sorts of who knows what the fuck is coming. And I am not afraid to drop shit that's on my mind, as I just did on YouTube. So a lot of you are following me and subscribing on YouTube. So make sure that you check out the latest Driving While Gaining. It is not for the thin-skinned as everything else that I do. It is only for those that are the die-hard Swolites, the die-hard Swole holes. You're going to like this one. It's jungle titties. Hey, if you like jungle titties, you might want to go check that out. I get the weirdest shit. I get the weirdest shit sent to me, and I get the weirdest shit popping up on my Instagram. And I don't look around. I don't go searching for content, but I don't have to. It just comes to me. It just walks right onto like my doorstep and says, here, make fun of this. Here is a Driving While Gaining. Here it is. Here, Papa, here. And then I just fucking lay into it. So there's so much stuff coming. I have so many things like on the docket. I have so many things that I have kind of lined up, queued up. And I just need to summon the rage, which is very easy when you watch these things. When you fucking look at these things, I'm like, oh my God, I just can't go to the gym enough to get these things recorded because every time I go, I feel like I'm raging. But anyway, lots more to come with that. So if you love the DWG, Driving While Gaining on YouTube, you're going to love this one. New drop just happened about an hour ago. If you didn't check it out, go check it out. So today's episode this week has been fire. This week has been excellent. A lot of great episodes. If you haven't checked out yesterday's episode, I recommend you going and checking that one out. It was Education versus Experience. That was yesterday. This week has been on fire. I've been raging, but I want to set the record straight. But first, let me say what's up to some people. Actually, those of you that got the Fuck Your Pink Drink shirt, those are printing, those are going out, and those should be coming in like a week or two. So when you get those, make sure you tag me in your story and rep them hard. And I will share your tag or share your story in my story, and we'll blow up the internet with the Fuck Your Pink Drink shirts. I can't wait to see those in the wild. I can't wait to put mine on. I can't wait for that logo just to wrap around my tits. You know what I'm saying? Oh, very nice, Jeremy. Very good. Work calls want to say, hey fam, what's up, Aaron? What up? Got a burp for a second. There we go. Can we get a birthday shout out for Joan McKeon? My mama turns 50 and we already got our pump on together. Well, I guess you just got your shout out. There you go. Shout out, Mom. I got a mug. Can't wait. I know I got a mug. I got a shirt. I can't wait to sip. I can't wait. I'm going to be posting pictures of me in my shirt with my mug. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. This is going to be badass. How am I doing, broski? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great. How you doing? Huh? How you doing, motherfuckers? How you doing? Hit the gym, had a crap workout. It happens. It happens. You had a good workout or a crap workout? What's up from, was that Montreal, MTL? What's going on? All the way from Argentina, motherfuckers. Holy shit. We're everywhere. We're international. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Let's do that. Let's do that for this Friday. This Friday. Let's do that for today. And I'm just going to tell you, because a lot of you are new to the show. If it's your first Swolecast, or if it's like you've been following for like a couple days, drop in the comments too. But where are you listening from right now? It doesn't even matter where you're from. Where are you listening from right now? Where are you in the world? So let me just give you a little breakdown of what's coming on the next couple days. Remember, Sunday, and I'll be posting this tomorrow. Sunday Fun Day Q&A is, guess what? Oh, big surprise. Sunday. So when you see that post go up, make sure that you drop your question in the comments. That's going to be in my Instagram and Facebook feed. So when you drop a comment there, it'll get answered. Those of you that are members of the Daily Swole Club, those of you that support the podcast and the YouTube content, you will be getting your information in your email, so you'll be notified and you can just respond. You'll get first dibs on the questions for the Q&A as always. So just keep an eye out for that and just respond as soon as possible. So make sure that you turn on your notifications, turn on those post notifications. If you don't know how to do that, you can Google it, or you can just click on the top 3 little buttons in the top right-hand corner of my profile on Instagram, for example, and just scroll down. You'll see it says turn on post notifications. That way you'll get notified when I drop a new post. You can also turn on story notifications, because a lot of stuff I do is time sensitive like that. So you want to make sure that you get notified when I go live, when I drop that post, so you can ask questions. And I'll try to do as many live as I can. If you've listened to some episodes but haven't made it live, I try to filter in some live questions too. I honestly just try to get to as many as I can, because there's a lot of them and you guys have a lot of questions, and sometimes you don't have questions one week and you have a different question another week. But the great thing about those episodes on Sunday is that you don't know what other people are going to ask. And a lot of times people ask questions you never thought to ask. So it's super cool. Savannah, Albuquerque, Ogden, Utah. Nice. From Scotland. There we go. East Chicago, Frankfurt, Germany. Holy shit, we're everywhere. Western Pennsylvania, Mad City, Wisconsin, Tennessee, y'all, Pittsburgh, Portland, Texas, Orlando, Texas, Utah, Nebraska, South Jersey, Michigan, the toilet. Osmani, you fucking animal. Texas, Southern Ontario. We're everywhere. What we got over here on Instagram? That was only on Facebook and YouTube. What we got over here on IG? Are we... No one's. I don't see any locations on Instagram. Or am I just waiting? Am I just delayed? Boring ass Connecticut. Where are you from in Connecticut? I got family up there. I grew up in Connecticut. Los Angeles, Indiana, Nashville, Buffalo, Los Angeles, Northridge, Oklahoma. Very nice. Let's see here. Chicago, Italy. Look at this. Everywhere. Holy shit. This is epic. I love when we get other countries too. That's so fucking awesome. Manchester, England, Arkansas. Do we really cover the world? Do we have anyone from Africa right now? We're missing like 1 or 2 continents. Australia. I know we usually have people from Australia. That's like midnight there right now. UK, longtime follower for sure. Hey, from England. Got a lot of people over there across the pond. Very nice. Destin, Florida, Massachusetts. Okay, I'm just listing off just like the globe. That's pretty badass. Yeah, Connecticut's boring for sure. Connecticut's like the average. Connecticut's like drinking tap water. You know, it's not acidic. It's not alkaline. It's just kind of, there's no flavor. I mean, it's good. It's good. Come on. There's some beautiful places in Connecticut, but it's very, very bland USA usually. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like, it doesn't have as much personality, for example, as if you go to Massachusetts, of course, Boston, right? Connecticut doesn't really have any of those really telltale cities or anything. It's just kind of like in the middle of New York and Boston. It really is. I mean, there's nothing there's nothing that defines Connecticut, to be honest. Coming from someone who grew up there, like there's nothing really like, oh, that's so Connecticut. If you've ever been there, you're like, oh, it's beautiful. But anyway, that being said, Gainesville, Virginia wise, where the Irish and Welsh peeps at, Scotland and England are represented. There are people everywhere today. Everywhere. Well, we got people, I definitely have like South Africa representing a lot. We had someone the other day from Zimbabwe. I've definitely had some people that tune in, subscribe from South Africa. We have Australia. I don't know if we have a lot of like Asian, like China. I'm not sure. I think some people, I get some downloads from there, but Thailand and stuff like that. So super cool. Very cool. Bay Area, California. Nice. Talked with the Swole X member the other night. Knows they live 50 miles away. Look at you. Look at you all. Look at you all, you beautiful people. So now that we're here and that we're, following and we're around the world, which is fucking incredible when you just think about it. We're all literally here in one little virtual place and we're around the world. I want to break down something that is actually kind of pertinent because a lot of you are new, relatively new followers. Some of you have been around for a while. But someone mentioned this yesterday, and I actually posted this in my Instagram story, and I thought it was interesting because I don't think I talk about it enough. And I usually mention, I do talk about it, but I want to put it in the context because when I say my slogan for the business, for Swolenormous, is fitness without the bullshit, and most of you know that already. It's in my intros, it's in my Instagram profile, it's on my website, so that's everywhere, and that's the official theme, slogan, call sign of Swolenormous. And the reason why I created that, the reason why that is mine, the reason why that is what I chose to be my thing, is not just for the outside. It's not just projecting outward. So I usually talk commonly about the fitness industry, about the supplement industry, about all the things that you shouldn't be concerning yourself with, like all the bullshit that's outside, all the other bullshit, all that bullshit, right? Whatever that is for you, all the stuff around, right? Block out the noise, block out anyone that is trying to get in your way, block out anyone that's trying to or just putting out negative vibes in terms of interfering with your nutrition, with your training that doesn't promote you, right? That doesn't give you value. And we've even gone so far as discussing deleting people from your Instagram and Facebook following, right? Just delete people, get people out of your circle, your inner circle, right? The few people that you surround yourself with should be fucking strong as shit. Should be people that inspire you, should be people that push you to do better and that challenge you, right? And I also want to explain how the fitness without the bullshit it's actually a double-edged sword. It's not just about other things. It's not just to cut out the rest of that bullshit. It's also to cut out the rest of the bullshit inside you. And someone mentioned this in a comment, in a direct message to me, and I did want to bring this up as a topic because I don't think I've ever had an episode that's called Fitness Without the Bullshit. I could be wrong. This could be a round two, and I'm sure some of the titles, I know for a fact some of the titles have been similar. Of course, the content is always different in my podcast. Sometimes these titles and these topics come around more than once, which is great because then we get to cover it from a different angle. I always go in a different direction depending on, regardless of what we talk about, there's always a different message and a different flavor, right? So a lot of this stuff that we talk about every day, it's like, we're eating similar stuff. We got our protein, we got our little, carbohydrate, got our fiber, we got our fat, but there's a little bit different seasoning on it. If we have the same meal, it's never the same meal twice on the Daily Swole. Papa always delivers a little bit of a different flavor. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to the bullshit is also within you. And it's important to recognize that the way you think and the way you talk to yourself is the same thing that you have to visualize that, and you have to treat it the same way as someone else talking to you. When you have your internal dialogue, when you tell yourself you can or can't do something, when you tell yourself you should or shouldn't do something, when you give yourself an out, when you give yourself an excuse, that's no different than someone else having a conversation with you. That's no different than someone else talking to you. That's no different than you having this conversation with another person. You are having this conversation with yourself. You are within yourself having this conversation. And what does that conversation consist of? What are you saying to that person being you? What conversation are you having? What exchange are you having? What are you discussing? Are you giving yourself reasons to quit? Are you giving yourself reasons to not do what you should be doing? Are you basically being a fucking pussy? Are you being weak? Are you giving yourself reasons not to do it? And what's always important to remember when it comes to consistency, what's always important to remember is, did you do it or did you not do it? And I'll say this again. Maybe I'll say it 5 more times. Maybe the rest of the episode today, I'll just repeat myself over and over again. Did you do it or did you not do it? Did you do what you were supposed to do? Supposed to do, need to do, whatever you want to call it. Did you do it or did you not? Did you work out today? No. Okay. Did you not? Like, did you or did you not? Yes, no. Did you eat what you should be eating? Yes, no. You did or you didn't. And the reasons don't matter. The reasons don't matter. They really don't. They really don't. Now, you're going to have reasons. You're going to have days where it might just not be your day. And this can have a very, very gray area between being an excuse or just something that you have to overcome and move forward. But if you think of every single day, not as like 24 hours, but kind of like a rolling clock, which is what it really is. Like, it rolls, one day rolls into the next. So it's not, okay, Monday, and Monday ends, and now Tuesday starts. It doesn't really work like that. It doesn't really work like that. You just have time. And we organize it by, okay, the sun goes up, the sun goes down. Time doesn't stop and reset. We organize it that way so we don't go fucking insane. So when we tell each other we're going to meet on a certain day, or we're going to have a certain thing in a certain time, we all kind of sync up. So we create this organization in our environment in order to give us some kind of, like rhythm. You know, there is a rhythm to the earth. There is a rhythm to the rotation of the earth and the days. But we create this kind of construct, you know, to give some kind of organization, essentially, so it gives us a little bit more purpose, a little bit more reason, and we don't go fucking insane. And that's important to understand when you think about a cheat day or a cheat meal or skipping a workout. You're never really doing that. There's really no such thing as a cheat day. There's cheating and there's not cheating. There's doing what you need to do, and there's not doing what you need to do. So if you get rid of time, let's get rid of the hours in the day. Let's get rid of 6 o'clock. Let's get rid of 9 p.m. Let's get rid of noon. Let's get rid of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's just imagine a world, which is actually the world that we live in. Imagine a world where you don't have those kinds of organizations. You're just here. You know, you eat, you go to sleep, you wake up, you just do things. And if you literally treat your life the way it's supposed to be treated, and you realize that it's binary, that you cheated or you didn't cheat, it's not like it's amazing what people do and justify in their minds. So you'll cheat on Monday, but then it's okay because it's on Monday. Does that make sense? If you cheat on Friday, today's Friday, and you know that I always like to talk about shoving your fat fucking mouth with food on a Friday, because a lot of you are going to be shoveling your fat fucking mouths with food, and you're going to try to justify it as being Friday, or you deserve it, you had a rough week, or it's happy hour, or your friend's in from out of town. You know, none of these are good reasons. These are just things that you justify to yourself for whatever purpose. In other words, you're not really that disciplined, but you want to make yourself believe that you are. And a lot of people will tell me that, oh, okay, well, you're just being fucking a dickhole. You're excessive. You're really strict on this and the other. I don't think of it as strict. I'm not saying you can or can't cheat. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. It's your life. If you want to eat something bad, you can. If I want to eat something bad, I will. And I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm not perfect either. But I don't remember the last time that I cheated, because I don't think of it as cheating. I eat my food the way I should be fucking eating. I eat the stuff that I will get the best results with, but it's also health. And people confuse these two things big time, especially with the way the state of the union and the state of the swole in the fitness industry. Everyone's talking about cheat meals as if, oh, well, I cheat meal, yeah, but I have abs. And the way you look is not health. I don't know where that got kind of skewed, but having abs doesn't mean you're healthy. You know, not having abs doesn't mean you're not healthy. I'm not talking about fat acceptance. That's a load of fucking shit. But how much muscle mass you have doesn't mean you're healthier or less healthy, in those little small increments, right? So if you're a little bit more shredded, it doesn't mean you're a little bit more healthy. And just because you might be able to get away with eating a donut, I mean, I could fucking eat a dozen donuts today. Am I going to look different tomorrow? I don't think so. I might look a little bloated or I'll feel a lot worse than I'll actually look in terms of today. However, what that's doing to my inside, you cannot make an argument that's like, oh, it's fine, your body will be fine. No, you're fucking yourself up. You're literally ingesting fake, artificial, concentrated poison, and your body is going to do its best to manage it. Now, if you have a healthy digestive system, you might not have that much of a negative effect. Do you know why? It's because your body is in a good state. If you're in a good state when you go to the gym, you'll be stronger. You'll have more endurance. Like, you'll feel better and you'll have a better performance at the gym or your athletic event or whatever it is. Now, when you eat something bad, a lot of times people will justify and be like, oh, I'm eating a cheat meal, and they might feel bad, they might not, and they'll get away with it. Like, you get away with it, or you'll think you'll get away with it because you still have your abs, or you'll make this excuse, oh, it ramped up my metabolism. And get the fuck out of here. You're making an excuse, and you're justifying eating crap. You're justifying getting that little high, right? It's like fucking doing heroin. You're getting a fucking high, and you're justifying it. That's really what it is. People don't want to admit that's what it is, but it is. You're doing a drug. It's not real. You're eating shit that's not real. It's synthesized in a fucking lab in a factory. You're eating it, and you're pretending that it's good for you because it's mentally good for you. Or, okay, I need to relax. I need to focus away from my diet. It's because people think about eating healthy as it's restrictive. The whole mentality with health and fitness is wrong. The conversation, the bullshit that we need to eliminate is inside. It's inside of you. If you think you're on a diet, good. A diet is just a way of eating. If you think you're restricting yourself, that means you're not eating the right shit. If you're eating the right foods, you're not restricting yourself. You're eating the foods that your body performs best with, that's best for your health, and you'll feel fucking amazing. And you won't have to cheat. You won't have to use this mentality. And because there is no day, and there is just time is just, okay, our way of organizing our lives and our existence, there's no cheat day. You're just cheating. You're doing what you should not be doing. But you're justifying it as if you're leaving it on a Monday, as if you're leaving it on that date on a calendar. Calendar doesn't exist. It does not exist. The calendar does not exist. That day does not exist. What do you say now? The day doesn't exist. What are you going to do now? You have a choice. It's two directions. There's two choices. You get to circle A or B. You did it or you did not. If you get rid of all the excuses, whatever they are, whether your fucking car broke down, whether you have 2 jobs or 9 jobs or 7 kids or 1 kid or no kids, whether you don't feel good. I mean, if you're sick, obviously don't be stupid, but whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter what the reason is. That's the fucking twist. It doesn't matter what the reason is because either you did it or you did not do it. What is the result? You did it or you did not do it. Yeah, you said you heard to cheat to reboot your metabolism. What are you rebooting? There's nothing to reboot. You're not a fucking operating system. You're not a computer. You don't have to reboot shit. You have to eat fucking healthy and give your body the right food. There's no fucking trash in nature. There's no trash in nature. You don't fucking, oh, I need McDonald's, and you walk up to a tree and you just get a fucking Big Mac and you reboot your metabolism. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. It's not. It's not. Look, when you start eating right, you do an elimination, you're eating real food, you don't get those cravings. You want the food that your body craves. I equate it to a car a lot. I'm sure you've heard this when it comes to the body. A lot of people relate the body to a car. Makes sense. You give your car fuel, you give your body fuel. But what doesn't get discussed enough, here's what doesn't get discussed enough. That makes sense. And you've heard it before. Your arms are kind of like wheels and you change your car parts, this and the other. You want your body to run smooth like your car. Okay, hold on. Got mustache hair or something in my nose. So you'll have that kind of analogy. All right, but what's missing from that common analogy is the type of fuel. And that's what people usually don't talk about. They say, oh, you need to give your body the right, give your body fuel. Okay, well, what if your car takes regular and you're putting in Supreme or Ultra? You don't do that. If you have a Porsche, you don't put in regular. You put in the fuel that's correct for the car. And you don't put in sugar, you don't put in alcohol, you put in the right octane. So it's not just putting in gasoline, it's putting in the right gasoline. Make sense? Same thing with the human body. It's not just food, it's what type of food is the correct food. So you can put in a different octane in your car and it may or may not fuck up in the next couple days or immediately, right? You put in a really wrong fuel like diesel, it's not going to work for shit, okay? Or you're really going to fuck things up. You put in the wrong octane, you might be able to salvage it somehow, but it's going to fuck shit up. It's not good to do that, and we all know that. Any of you that are real car guys, I don't know what the fucking details, but I know it's not good. Obviously, you have a specific type of fuel that your car will perform optimally. Okay, sometimes I know in some cases you can up the octane or downgrade if you have to, but bottom line, you need the right octane. You need the right gasoline. It's not good enough for it just to be whatever. You don't have whatever. You have to put in a specific type. So, that being said, what's the difference between the human body and a car? It's specific. You need specific fuel. Same thing with your body. You just don't come with a manual because we're born in a hospital and we don't hunt our food. So we have, instead of having limited choices with, okay, what am I going to find out in the wild? What am I going to hunt in my region? What do you have to do? You get to go to the supermarket and you get to look around on the shelves and everything, be like, what the fuck do I choose? Because you have everything of every flavor from all around the world all the time, every single day. Anytime you want, you can get any type of food and any quantity all the time. You can satisfy every fucking urge you ever wanted. So that's the real drug dealer, is the food industry. The real drug dealer is your supermarket. It's just not in a back alley somewhere. It's in plain sight and you can get whatever fix you want. You want sugar? You have no shortage of that. You can get all the sugar you want. You want gluten? You want fucking grains? You can get all the grains you want. You want all the vegetable oil? You can fucking fill up. Get your fix, right? Overload. Go to town, Hoss. You can get whatever the fuck you want. Whatever you want, whenever you want. Whatever you want, whenever you want. On what planet? Obviously this planet, but in what situation is getting whatever you want, whenever you want? Getting whatever you want, whenever you want. When is that a good thing? When is that a good thing to just have whatever you want whenever you want it? In other aspects of our life, when is that a good thing? You want something, you have it. How much? Whatever you want, as much as you want. When is that a good thing? Like, when is that a positive? I don't know. I'm sure there's some examples, but think about it. It doesn't pop right into your mind. It doesn't pop right into your mind. It's not all of a sudden like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's good to have excess of this whenever I want. No, you usually want to earn it. You want to, it's just, it's not something that is natural to have excess and as much as you want whenever you want it. And that's why we're dying. I made a post on Instagram and Facebook yesterday that moderation. Moderation kills more than obesity, kills more than cancer, kills more than heart disease, because moderation leads to that shit. Moderation leads to obesity. Moderation leads to cancer. Moderation leads to heart disease. Moderation leads to metabolic syndrome. Moderation leads to chronic injury. Moderation, doing a little bit. Oh, everything in moderation. Fuck that shit. If you do everything in moderation, you are going to be the most average human being ever. Average is You die in the fucking middle. I didn't make this shit up. Those are quotes out there. You die in the middle. If you're living average, you're fucking dead. You're just still, you have your heart beating, but you're already dead. That's really what living in the middle is. You gotta go for the fringe. You gotta push yourself. You gotta do shit that's uncomfortable. You have to be, you have to stand out. If not for anyone else, just for yourself. You have to have some kind of fucking message for yourself, and then it'll radiate from you. I mean, you have to do something that's like, don't be average. Don't do the little bit. Get rid of your own bullshit and start stretching your fucking wings out a little bit. There's so much bullshit in the industry and the world. It's not just the fitness industry. It's everyone around you. It's just everything. Everything's fucking trash. And moderation is absolute garbage. It's garbage. Anyone that says everything in moderation when they're eating food specifically, because this is just generally really contextual with nutrition. Anyone that's talking about doing anything in moderation when it comes to food, those people are not healthy. Those people are not in shape. You don't have anyone with amazing physiques that says everything in moderation. That's the weakest. And if they do, there's some other area of their life that they're really fucking lacking as a result of that mentality, because that's a poisonous mindset. Everything in moderation is the weakest fucking mindset there is. It doesn't mean you're going to be the best person in the world. It doesn't mean you're going to be awesome at everything. It doesn't mean you're not going to have challenges. It doesn't mean you're going to be perfect. No one's fucking perfect. But the idea that everything in moderation is a good mindset, no, it's not. It's not. It's trash. I hate it. I hate it. There's no need for it. Average people came up with that. People that believe that came up with that. It's a nice justification. It's a nice thing to say. It really is, right? It's a nice thing to say when you want to slack. It's a nice thing to say when you don't want to put in effort. It's a nice thing to say when you want to make an excuse. Oh, everything in moderation. You only live once. That's similar. But that's true. I mean, you only live once. Depends on how you're using that term. When I talk about it, you only live once. Like, yeah, you only live once. You might want to make a better decision. A lot of people use that as, oh, well, you only live once. Let me trash my body. You only live once. Let me jump off a fucking cliff. You only live once. Let me ingest this. Let me inject this, or whatever the fuck they're doing. Oh, you only live once. Well, you're only going to live once and live a real fucking shitty, unhealthy life. So only living once, to me, means you might want to make some better decisions, because that's the case. I don't understand how it gets flipped the other direction. It should be, oh, let me try to treat my body better because you only live once. Yeah, just a little crack, poison in moderation. That's really what it is. Most people don't want to admit that the food that they like, it's not really the food that they like, it's the food that they've grown up consuming. Look, if you've had drugs since you were a baby, since you were a child, you're going to crave them your whole life. You've been eating pizza since you were a child. No wonder you have cravings. You've been fucking ingesting this artificial shit since you were a fucking baby. Of course you crave donuts and candy and soda. Of course you do. You've essentially been a crackhead since you were a child. Maybe you didn't have the choice. Maybe you didn't make the decisions because you didn't have a job and go buy and cook your own food. You were a child. I'm not saying blame your parents. I'm not saying blame it, but I mean, I'm just saying, think about it. You are programmed. You are programmed and you're used to consuming those types of foods. Of course, you're going to have those cravings when they're not present. Of course, you're going to smell them and be like, oh man, yeah. What do you think addiction? How do you think that fucking works? We don't want to admit because, it's taboo to be, I have an addiction. I'm addicted. It's true. It's true. Most people are addicted to some type of food. You're addicted to that feeling. You're addicted to the flavor. You're addicted to that rush. You know, when you eat the right foods, when you eat real food, you don't get addicted to the food. You get addicted to not feeling like shit. You want to satisfy hunger. And I've done a lot of content recently about not eating. And I'm really pushing that harder because I know everyone's going to think, oh, well, you're telling people not to eat. They don't want to be anorexic. And most people need to be more anorexic. I'll tell you that much. Have you seen people in the fucking country? Everyone's fat as shit. People need to stop fucking eating and stop putting this kind of taboo, label on not eating. It's okay to fast. It's okay to not eat. The human body should be not eating more often. You should be hungry. It's good to feel hungry. It means you need sustenance. Good. And then you go and you eat food. That's it. That's it. I mean, what do you that you need to have these signals? Your body should be telling you, hey, I'm hungry. Like, cool, we'll get food. You don't have to snap your fingers and eat. You shouldn't just be eating just because, I have a instance of hunger. What are you trying to accomplish? Real health? Or are you trying to get some kind of physical benefit and look a certain way? Look, I'm not judging you if you want to look a certain way, but a lot of the people that you see, I mean, the Arnold Classic and whatnot is this weekend, I think. And, most of the people that look a certain way aren't healthy. They're taking drugs and they're, putting their body under a lot of stress, physical and emotional stress. And, look, I'm not saying that will or won't pay off, but most experts don't insist on hardcore, intense training for decades as like the best pathway to longevity. I mean, you have to balance it out big time. That's why I'm big on meditation and yoga, and I'm still learning too, but you need to create this balance of stress and strength training as well as nutrition. And as humans, as our society learns more and more and more as we go forward, it's important to realize and recognize that the physical attributes and how we look, it can't be directly related to our health. We have to understand that there is a divergence with looking a certain way and being optimally healthy, and to eradicate our own bullshit within and the standards that society holds us to. And like I said, I'm not saying that you should be fat and overweight. Okay, that's obviously not a good thing. However, you need to recognize your own signals from within, that conversation you have with yourself for the reasons why you should or should not be doing something, eating, training. Dale, I'm at the Arnold right now. Most people here look unhealthy. Yeah. I mean, most people are walking around getting samples of protein bars and shakes and fucking eating garbage. I mean, that stuff's all fake. So fitness without the bullshit is a lot more than just, the industry and, shitty cookie cutter programs and diet plans. I mean, yeah, that's part of the bullshit that I'm talking about. But I'm also talking about fitness without your bullshit. All the bullshit. And you can categorize that. That's a blanket term, but fitness without all the bullshit, without all of your bullshit, all of your internal dialogue and your internal bullshit. Get rid of all of it. You don't need it. You don't need it. That's what's holding you back. And if you get rid of the days, you get rid of the time, you get rid of the organization Monday, Tuesday, and you realize that when you cheat on a Sunday, you're just cheating. It's not a cheat day. It's not a cheat meal. You're just fucking not doing what you should be doing. You're not doing what you should be doing. And whatever the reason you want to tell yourself, either you did what you should be doing or you did something that you shouldn't be doing. You got it done or you didn't. Binary. 1 or 0. Yes or no. Did you work out? Yes. Did you not work out? No. Did you eat your food? Yes. Did you cheat? Yes or no? It's like yes or no. What's the reason? It doesn't matter. If you get rid of the reasons, it makes it a lot more easy. It's black and white. It's A or B, 1 or 0, yes or no. So there's no in between. And you can make all the excuses you want. And look, life is chaotic enough. I'll leave you with this. Life is chaotic enough. Shit goes up and down, sideways, inside out enough. You don't need more random shit. You don't need to add into the equation of randomness. You don't need to add into the equation of not getting shit done. There's going to be enough stuff in your life that tries to interrupt. You don't need to give it any help. You don't need to add any more chaos to life. You have to control things as best you can because life is going to throw enough shit at you. You don't need to add more to that shit. So think about that as you go through your weekend and make decisions based on that binary approach. Yes or no? It happened or didn't. I don't care what the fucking reason is. When you eliminate that, you start really asking yourself the right questions. Do I really want it? What am I really doing? Am I sabotaging myself? Because if you are not all in with yourself, it doesn't matter what other people say, you're going to be a lot weaker for it. So you need to strengthen your internal resolve and that internal bullshit before you can really properly deal with all that external bullshit, because that's there for sure. And you can't control that bullshit. But if you control your internal bullshit, you can fend that off pretty damn fucking well. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for episode 1029 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, Slatecast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Brand new Driving While Gaining about jungle boobies. Ooh, on YouTube. Ooh, jungle boobies. Go check it out. It is despicable and random, but perfect for a Friday. So enjoy your laugh. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe on YouTube if you're not yet subscribed. And I'll see everyone else. Swolenormous XP is going to be doing some more content. So we got a bunch of stuff coming. Yoga and Swollen Sevens coming this weekend. So a lot of good things. And if you're interested in subscribing to the podcast, checking out apparel, joining the Daily Swole Club, joining Swolenormous X, all those details, go to swolenormousx.com for all the deets. Hit me up in the DM if you have any questions. Go check me out on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. You know me. I'll be here tomorrow. And for those of you that have been asking, hey, what time are you doing the Sunday Funday Q&A? You're going to have to tune in and check it out because I do not have a set time. You got to turn your notifications and show the fuck up. So make sure, those of you that are part of the Daily Swole Club, you do get your message notification before the show. So again, you can learn all about that, swolenormousx.com. So peace, my geese fam. I'll see you tomorrow. Deuce Magoose, ya boy. Papa Swole. Out.